Hi guys, and welcome to yet another interesting live event by Intellipaat. The topic on our hand today is DevOps engineer career path. So we've been receiving a lot of requests by people asking about how do I begin my career as a DevOps engineer, what are the roles and responsibilities, what is the salary like, and what can I expect when I join a company as a DevOps engineer, and what should I bring to the table while working at a firm. So today we'll be looking to answer all of that, and we'll be touching upon how you can begin your career as a DevOps engineer. But before we get into all of that, please subscribe to our channel to never miss an update from Intellipaat. Also guys, we do host live events every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, so you can check that out. We do post events on various different fields like data science, ML, artificial intelligence, so if you're interested you can check that out as well. So now let's talk about today's agenda. So today's agenda is fivefold. First of all, we'll begin with what is DevOps, where we talk about a little bit of history about DevOps, why it came into the picture and what it actually is, and what are the different advantages that DevOps offers. After that, we talk about DevOps engineer salary, where I entice you with the salary, tell you how much a DevOps engineer makes on an average basis, which will get you so worked up that you would want to know the different roles and responsibilities of the DevOps engineer. So you'd want to know what you will be coming across, what you'll be working with, what is the different roles that the companies are hiring for at the moment, and the different responsibilities which are expected of a general DevOps engineer. So we'll be covering that. After that, we'll look at the different job descriptions that we have compiled through various websites like Glassdoor and Indeed. We'll look at the different requirements which companies have posted today, and we'll try to map what all responsibilities will be faced up with, and the different skills that you will need to learn to work properly in those environments. And finally, we'll tell you how to get started with your career as a DevOps engineer. So let's begin. So what is DevOps? So before we start with this question, the need for DevOps actually began around 2008-9. So the software industry has always been on a rise, always has seen much benefits in the past. But around 2008-9, people started noticing that there was a huge dysfunction in the field of the software industry. There was a huge problem between the dev and the ops. So by dev, we mean the people who develop the product, and by ops, we mean operation team, which are responsible for deploying as well as managing that product out there. So the problem with them was they were facing some issues. Like for example, let's say I am involved in the development team. I write some code, I make a product, and it is working very well on my environment. But the guy who is responsible for running it, who is in the operations team, faces this problem that this is not functioning properly in his environment. So to solve all of those problems, DevOps came into the picture, so that we have much more feasible environments where we work faster, give better end delivery of the product, we give faster product delivery, and there is less downtime and there is less failures. So that is when DevOps came into the picture. So now let's answer what actually DevOps is. So DevOps can be thought of as a set of concepts and practices involving both operations and development engineers, where they participate together throughout the entire life cycle of the software, from the designing stage to the development stage, and they follow through till the production as well as support. So it will last the entire state. You can see this infinity symbol which is down here, which shows everything. You plan, you code, you build, you test, you release, you deploy it, then you operate it, and you monitor it so that it works properly out there. So DevOps is responsible for an entire life cycle of the product. So let's talk about the different advantages that DevOps offers. So there must be a reason that so many Fortune 500 companies out there have either already adopted DevOps in their production environment or are in the stage of adopting it. So there is a huge demand for DevOps out there, and it's down to the numerous advantages that DevOps provides us. So there are various tools and practices which goes into making this concept into reality, and the end product is the number of advantages that it gives. So we are looking at a higher quality of the product that we deliver. We are looking at faster delivery of the product. We are talking about cost effective. Now here is when all the organizations love DevOps. It has made their product much more cost effective, and if anything an organization is looking for is the benefits. So anything which is cost effective for your environment is always going to be in demand. That's why DevOps is in demand today, because of its extreme cost effectiveness. Then we talk about the stability of the product. So as I mentioned before, there is less downtime when you are working with DevOps because of the better product that you have developed. So there is less downtime when you're making a product. So when you're working with customers, so if they want your product at, let's say, a certain amount of time, and if it's down, so your reputation goes down with it. So you don't want that. You want a stable product which lasts there, which has lower risks involved. You want it to have fewer failures. You want users to have better user experience. You want faster updates, and all of that can be achieved through DevOps. And since we are getting all of that, it makes anything which is made with DevOps very reliable. It is very, very important for any company to have a very reliable product, because that will ensure that their customers come back to them. Reliability is a very important factor. And finally, we talk about the efficiency that it gives and the reduced time to recover anything. So if you have, let's say, any product which is running on online right now, and there is some bug that you find out, so if you want to recover that, it takes a very less amount of time. It even so less that you don't even have to take your product down completely. You can apply rolling updates on it, or you can roll back to the previous versions. So DevOps gives you all of that. So moving forward, now it's time to entice you with the DevOps engineer's salary. So money is the motivation for everyone, right? Money is the reason why we work. Money is everything in today's world. Many will say happiness is, but happiness is directly related to money, in my opinion. So we'll talk about the DevOps engineer's salary that is out there in the 21st century. So according to DICE's 2019 tech salary report, the DevOps engineer role has one of the most top ranking salaries in all of the tech salaries. Now, this is a very huge statement, because when you talk about tech salaries, you're talking about data science, AI, ML, and everything that is out there which is trending. And DevOps is competing with all of that in terms of salaries. According to Glassdoor, average salary of a DevOps engineer is around $115,000 per year. That's a huge amount of money. And now, when we talk about Indian currency, we have about 3,000 companies which provide 7 lakh and above salary. Now, if you are in Indian, you'll understand the fact that this is a very huge number of job opportunities which is out there for a very decent package. Then there are jobs for 9 lakhs, then there are jobs for 10 lakhs, and there are 600 plus jobs for 12 lakhs of salary. That's a lot of money. And all of this data has been picked up from Indeed. So and that too today. So you know that this is from today's scenario. Also, as you work along the way of DevOps, in the future, if you gain more and more experience, you can expect a huge increment in your salary. So if you're starting with DevOps right now and you don't have much experience, if you have experience below 1 year, then you can expect something around 363k rupees per year. And then moving forward, it moves to 573k, and then 1 million, and then 2 million if you reach about 10 to 19 years. So we are looking at a huge growth in terms of personal and financial growth while working with DevOps. And DevOps is something which keeps on improving, keeps on evolving. So you always know that there is a demand for you out there. So it's a very good investment to have in your personal growth as well as financial growth if you choose the DevOps engineer career path. And then talking about the different companies. So you have a lot of jobs. I showed you there are 2,000, 3,000 jobs with a good amount of pay. But what are the companies that are offering DevOps roles in their environment? So there is Tata Consultancy Services, there is Accenture, there is Amazon, there is Wipro, there is IBM, and there are a lot more companies which are offering the packages which are way above what you would expect. Amazon is as much as giving 1 million of compensation in salary when they hire a DevOps engineer. So you can expect your salary to be very good when you're working with DevOps. And then there are certain skills which you can acquire, which will boost your resume, which will eventually help you boost your salary and your personal growth. So if you have something of, let's say if you have experience with working with Python or cloud computing or AWS or shell scripting, so you can see the different growth out there. It is for 6% more than what an average person would earn who does not have that skill. So if you have all of these skills with you, this will help you grow faster and land jobs much more easily. So I'd recommend you to learn all of these if you are trying to learn DevOps. Moving further ahead, let's talk about the DevOps engineer roles and responsibilities. So now that we have seen how much you will be earning and how much money you will be making and where you can make that money, it's time to talk about what you have to do to get that salary. So let's talk about it. So the roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer is very straightforward. It's not that difficult. So you have to be an excellent systems admin. You need to know how to deploy virtualization. You need to have hands-on experience in working with networks as well as storage. You should have knowledge of coding and scripting languages. And then you must have a very good soft skills. So as I mentioned before, when DevOps was made, the dev stands for the development team and ops stands for the operations team. So you will be working together. So you, in that, communication is a very key factor. That's why you need to have very good soft skills in order to be a very good DevOps engineer. Then you must understand the different automation tools that DevOps has, and you should have this efficiency to know which tool is to be used when and what kind of the problem will have which kind of tool producing better results. So that is also dependent upon that. It's not just knowing about different tools, it's about knowing when to use which tool in order to have efficient results. Then you must have knowledge of testing. So anything that you will be deploying, you need to test before. So knowledge of testing is very important for a DevOps engineer. And then you must understand the security aspects of it, because you'll be deploying it somewhere in your production environment. So security threats are always out there. So you need to understand the security aspects while working with DevOps. Now, if you choose this path, there are some other things which are also expected, like a DevOps engineer is expected to test, build, design, deploy, and maintain continuous integration, as well as the delivery process using tools like Jenkins and Maven and Git, and there are a lot more. You need to learn Docker as well and some other containerization tool. Then there is Kubernetes. There's a lot of different things that you need to learn. After that, you must understand which tools is the best, as I was just explaining, that you need to know which tool is best for which kind of circumstances and what is the best that fits your requirements. So you need to figure that out, and that will only come through practice and if you've worked a lot with the different tools which is out there. Then a DevOps engineer must possess the ability to automate, test, and deploy the code, and then monitor it as well. So it does not end with you just deploying it. You have to monitor it continuously so that you know that whatever that you have deployed is working properly and the customer is getting whatever they paid for. And finally, they need to work in close coordination with the operation teams in applications and as well as the customer, so that the customer's requirement is properly met. So DevOps in the cycle or the life cycle when you're working with DevOps starts with the customer itself. You have customers and the ops team and everyone in the planning, where you plan properly what is expected of the product. And in the end, you monitor the situation and you find out if it is meeting the requirements or not. And if it is not, then we move on to working on the rolling updates and keep on improving the product. And then there are different job roles which are out there for DevOps. So there are, let's say, 6 out here that we have mentioned that are the top ones in our research through Glassdoor as well as Indeed. We found out that there were a lot of openings for DevOps Architect. There's a lot of openings for automation engineers, software testers, security engineers. Now, security engineers in particular, I saw that there were a lot of openings for them, and they were paid pretty much very well, because security is a huge concern in today's world. After that, there is integration specialists and there is a release manager. So these are the 6 different roles which companies are looking for right now. All of them come with few different job descriptions here and there, but overall, all of them know DevOps properly. It's just the fact that they specialize in some kind of a tool which makes them perfect for this job role. And then let's look at the different job descriptions that DevOps, we told you earlier on that we saw some job descriptions which are out there on Indeed, LinkedIn, and many websites like that. And we saw a few different job descriptions, and we have compiled 2 here to show you what the companies are looking for at the moment. So the first job description that we have is from Intel. So the minimum qualifications which are required is a bachelor's degree in computer science or computer science engineering related fields. They're looking for 3+ experience. So you can, if you're starting with DevOps, you can go for some startup, and within 3 years you are looking at Intel. And for that, you need to learn to manage resources on AWS, EC2, and then you need to know S3 on AWS. There is CloudFront, and there are a lot of different services in AWS that you need to know. Then you need to know how to deploy and maintain 24/7 highly scalable distributed microservices, web fronts, tool, and scripting automation. Then you should be delivering solutions for continuous integration as well as delivery. And finally, they are looking for people who can do tokenization and geofencing using technologies like Akamai as well as Level 3. And there are few other preferred qualifications that they're looking for. That is relational database administration, queries, and structural data management. So that is basically data management. You should know DBMS for this. Then you should have 3+ years of experience in deploying DevOps practices and principles in your field in order to be eligible for this job. And they are looking for people who have experience while working on large scale distributed systems. So this is what you will be needing to do if you want to get a job in Intel today. Let's look at the other job description that we have, and it's from another big organization, Cisco. So they're looking for people who have knowledge on Jenkins, Dockers, containers, Python, Java. So all of this are DevOps related. So using Python, you can learn scripting. Jenkins is used to create pipelines. And then Docker is used for containerization, which is a very key factor while working with DevOps. Then there is troubleshooting and resolving issues. They should know SaaS environments, and pretty much the same as the Intel one. They are looking for Jenkins and GitHub. The only thing different here I can see is on-call rotations. So whenever required, you need to be present for working late shifts and stuff like that. And you need to mentor and train junior engineers, which is expected probably everywhere when you are going for a team lead role or whatever in future in your career. Then you will be mentoring juniors as well. So you need to be participating exclusively in the entire development process. That is the whole point of DevOps. That is improving the communications across various channels and various teams so that the product which comes out in the end is perfect. Now, let's see who is hiring. So we've looked across various job offerings in India, US, as well as various other countries. And these are the top companies which I found common everywhere. So there is IBM, there is Cisco, there is Intel, there is McAfee, there is Oracle, there is Amazon, there is Adobe, and there are many more. If you just go right now on Indeed or Glassdoor or anywhere, just search for DevOps jobs and you'll see a number of jobs out there. Number would be in thousands, I can guarantee you. So how do we get started with DevOps? So you don't have to worry about starting with DevOps, because we at Intellipaat have carefully created this DevOps Architects Masters Training Program for you. This program has been made in collaboration with IBM. So there's a huge organization which is out there working with us. So what we'll be offering is, we'll be offering you online classroom training program, which will be having DevOps completely, which contains of a lot of different modules. Then there is AWS, which we'll be teaching you. We'll be teaching you Jenkins, Dockers, as well as Kubernetes, GitHub, and Git. And besides all of this, we'll be offering you self-paced training with Python. So you can learn Python for scripting, which is very important. And this entire course will make you a complete expert in DevOps architect. And what the value holds, what is the value of this certification? So we have collaborations with more than 80 companies out there, which are the top companies in the world today. So we help you with the job assistance when we are working with them. All of our instructors who are out there are industry experts. They have around 10+ years of experience while working with the field. So you are getting proper, authentic information when you wish to join with us. So our course will be having 15 projects and 105 man-hours, where we'll be offering you online classroom as well as self-paced training. So let's look at the key features that our course has. So the key features we have is 105 hours of instructor-led training. And now, as I mentioned before, these instructors are industry experts with about 10+ years of experience. So you will get hands-on information from these instructors, which is very authentic. Then we provide self-paced training for 33 hours, which is majorly Python. With this, you can go through yourself and learn properly so that you help your cause while becoming a DevOps engineer. Then the most important part of our course is the exercise and the project work we offer. We have created very exhaustive assignments with hands-on, which are about 210 hours long. So it will these have capstone projects as well as industry-based projects where you'll be answering and working with all the concepts that you have learned and all the concepts that you will be needing while working with DevOps in your any any organization that you will be working with. And another good part of the services that we offer is lifetime access. So as I already told you, DevOps has been growing steadily and continuously, right? So there have been a lot of changes made in DevOps. So having a lifetime access gives you the authority, or gives you the flexibility of coming to us whenever you want. So let's say after 4 years, there is some new tool out there in DevOps which you have no idea about, or there is some changes to the way the Kubernetes work or the way Docker works or anything. We give you access to the latest content that we would have been created then, and we'll give you 24/7 support on that as well. So if you have a doubt at 3 a.m., you don't have to worry about it. Just reach out to our support team and we'll be happy to help you 24/7, 365 days a year. And then another good point is getting certified from IBM. So at the end of the training, if you do all your assignments on time and properly, and you clear all our certification exams, then we'll be providing you with a certification which has been created by IBM. So you will be having a QR code as well to have a distinct ID number to prove yourself that I have been certified by IBM. And after all of this, when you are done with the course and we have finished our job of teaching you, we are not done there. We will give you job assistance, as we have tie up with more than 80 corporate and companies out there. So what we'll be doing is we'll be helping you make the resume and forward it along to the different types that we have, including IBM, where you can get job opportunities if they like your resume. So please work hard when you're working with us. And then there is flexible scheduling. So if, let's say, you are busy on certain weekend, you can join another batch and keep on learning and keep on improving. And even though we have industry experts who are training you, there are sometimes some kind of teaching methodology is not suited for everyone. In that scenario, we offer you the flexibility of changing your instructor, where you can opt to choose whoever you want to learn with, that we have available at that moment. So that is all about that. And you can check out more in detail about the courses here. We have online instructor-led training, has DevOps, AWS, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, GitHub, Python, and you can go in detail of all of this. If you click on DevOps, you'll see what all is inside of DevOps that we are offering. We are offering Git, Docker, Selenium, Maven, Jenkins, Puppet, Ansible, Kubernetes, Nagios, and you can see module-wise breakup of it and what all hands-on that you will be getting when you enroll with us. And finally, I want to show you, this is your learning path that we have showed you. So you start with Python, and then in the 6th week, you will be working with AWS. In the 12th week, we are expecting you to be working with DevOps. Then you'll be 14th week, you will be starting with Docker, then Kubernetes in the 15th week. And so along the way, you can become a DevOps architect master if you enroll with us. And this is the certification which you will be receiving if you clear all the requirements that we have for you to clear the certification exam. So that will be doing your assignments on time and doing it properly without cheating and stuff like that. So you can see all of that when you enroll with us, but this is how your certification will look like. And finally, guys, I want to wrap this session up by telling you that we provide a lot of different blogs. We spread across various different domains like AI, ML, data science, then there is Python, and if you are a beginner on DevOps or AWS, Azure, everything, we take all of the tech very seriously. So we do post a lot of different tutorials as well as blog posts, and you can find even 10-hour long videos on our YouTube channel where we teach you everything from the scratch. So you can check us out there. And if you are on our page already, please subscribe to us so that you never miss an update from Intellipaat. So this brings us to the end of our session, guys. So if you have any queries, you can reach us out on the numbers which is present here, or you can mail us on support@intellipaat.com. We are present 24/7 at your service. So please do not hesitate while reaching out to us. And thanks for staying in tune. So since you have been very nice and you stayed towards the end, I will give you a YouTube coupon which you can apply to get 30% off on your course. The code coupon is YouTube30, that is YOUTUBE 30. You can use this on our AWS, DevOps course to receive 30% off. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you have a good day.